afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well this afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon, Your Honor.
It's not quite 2 o'clock. I'll give everyone to get on the line with us. Afternoon, courtroom 2. How are you doing this afternoon?
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good, doing well. Who do we have? Who are we taking first today?
We're gonna take Mr. Hardaway again. He was in front of you on medical yesterday. Position number 6.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hardaway. Is this the, good afternoon, Mr. Long, how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing good, Your Honor. This was the one that was reset from yesterday. We might want to do a breakout.
Okay, and that this is your client, Ms. Gant?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Walker, good afternoon also.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Mr. Jordan, can you put the 3 of us in a breakout room, please?
Judge. Before you go, Judge,
Yes.
does the jail know if the Spanish interpreter case is being reset again? Mr. Cedino just logged on.
Okay, who needed an interpreter?
Position 4.
Mr.
Fernandez.
Fernandez,
Yeah, we know that.
he
Okay.
should be reset. We did not have the opportunity to interview him today, Your Honor.
All right, so is Mr. Fernandez not available today?
No, he's not available, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're gonna reset him until tomorrow to 1:26. Afternoon, Marcelo, how are you?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good, good, thank you. Do we need Marcelo for any other cases today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you, Marcelo, we appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Now if you can put us into a breakout room.
We could add Mr. Walker as well.
That's a breakout.
All right. Let's see. We still have courtroom 2 on the line? Yes, courtroom 2.
Yes, Your Honor, we here.
All right, so we are still pending approval from PAD on Mr. Hardaway, so we're gonna have to reschedule him for tomorrow, 1/26, to discuss a bond modification for him. So we'll have to have him available tomorrow.
Okay.
He's a social worker is coming down to see him, but I don't believe that she's gonna be able to see him before the end of this calendar.
She spoke to him already.
Oh, she has?
She did. Ms. Kasha? Yeah.
Oh,
she spoke to him.
All right,
She
so
said
if we
she
get,
reached out to his attorney.
okay, so if we get her report by the end of the calendar, I'll need to speak with Mr. Hardaway again.
All right, so I'll keep him here in the courtroom, Your Honor. I'm not gonna bring him back.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Who do we have next?
Mr. Hardaway.
And just so you all know, reset dates for state all purpose will be February 8th.
We're gonna go to position number 2, Ms. Burks.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Burks. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Burks, you've been charged in case 22 CR 000336B with battery. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
47 total.
Are you there? Are you there?
Hold on.
Are you there? Are you there?
She got several probation violations and FTAs. Last arrest was 2021 probation violation.
Oh,
She has open ag assault 21 CP
yes, we are.
200 819. Got a 6-year sentence for possession of cocaine, possession of a Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance in 2016. They gave her 1 year to serve, 5 years probation for that. Got 2011 simple battery family violence conviction, 2012 simple battery conviction, 2011 simple assault family violence conviction, 2008 simple assault conviction. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you. Afternoon, Ms. Mitchell. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good, Your Honor.
Good.
In this case, there's a current bond of $2,000 surety, and the bond recommendation is going to be a $5,000 cash bond. No further contact with the victim, Kelly Wood, common spelling. Stay away from address 881 Smith Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. That's the victim's residence. A 1-day anger awareness course and no alcohol, drugs, and weapons. And as you're aware, in this case, on January 24th of this year at the victim's residence on 881 Smith Street, the defendant battered Miss Kelly Wood by attacking her with a closed fist while car keys in hand. Miss Wood stated that she placed her hands over her face in defense when she was cut by the car keys in defendant's hand. Officers observed Miss Wood bleeding from her palm. The dispute began because defendant was upset that Miss Wood called the police on her for a previous dispute, and the defendant admitted to attacking Miss Wood. The state's concerns here is defendant's risk of reoffending. As pretrial stated, defendant has an extensive history with 47 arrests with 17 convictions. She has a violent history at that. She has an open aggravated assault case from last year, 2021 in Fulton County, and was given a $5,000 surety bond, and we're back here 7 months later. She also has convictions that include a simple battery 2013, simple battery family violence 2011, simple assault family.
Is this trial? This is trial, sir?
Ms. Burks, hold on now. Ms. Burks, please remain silent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. All right, so no, this is not a trial, but Ms. Mitchell is, and in this court, we're respectful to one another. If you, I'm going to let you speak through your attorney. If you want to say something later, then you'll be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to allow you to do that. But for now, let's not interrupt Ms. Mitchell as she's talking, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, Ms. Mitchell. I apologize.
Okay. A simple assault family violence in 2011 and a simple assault in 2009. Additional arrests include those were convictions. Additional arrests include a simple battery family violence in 2011 and a disorderly conduct fighting 2003 and a battery family violence in 1997. We're also concerned defendant is a high flight risk. She has 28 failure to appears from 2002 to 2019. 26 of them were within the last 10 years. She also has 19 probation violations from 2006 to 2021 as well, with 4 convictions. So that's going to be the basis of our $5,000 cash bond with conditions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Mitchell. Ms. Gant? You're on mute, Ms. Gant.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Shantriza Burks is 41 years old. She is a long-term Atlanta resident. She has family here, including 3 children, ages 14, 12, and 9. She is the primary caretaker of those children, and right now her children are in the care of her neighbor, so she desperately needs to get back to resume the care of her children. She obtained a GED. She also has some technical college training. Currently, she is employed as a patient care technician at the Sadie Mae's Rehab Home. She has been in that position for about 3 months. Prior to that, she worked at the Amazon warehouse for 2 years. Your Honor, Ms. Burks denies the allegations. She denies being the primary aggressor. She states that Ms. Wood actually cut her hand on the pole. The pole had a jagged surface on it. Therefore, she again denies being a primary aggressor. I am requesting a signature bond on Ms. Burke's behalf, and if Your Honor determines that she is ineligible, then a bond of no more than $1,000 for the reasons stated. Regarding her criminal background, the cases that we heard about are from 2011, 2012, and 2013. Ms. Burks advised me that those cases were with a different victim, a different victim, and of course that was her husband. She states that both were arrested, and because those cases occurred outside of Fulton County. In fact, she states that these convictions and charges arose in Cherokee and Cobb counties. These prior convictions involved her husband, and they were domestic disputes. She does not have a relationship with Ms. Kelly Wood. In fact, we are not opposed to any orders regarding no contact. We're not opposed to we are opposed to a stay away at 881 Smith Street, because according to Ms. Burks, that is an abandoned house. Ms. Wood does not live there. And furthermore, Ms. Burks' mother lives at 904 Smith Street. She visits her mother often, and her children are often cared for by her mother. Therefore, again, we are opposed to that stay away order. And for the reasons stated, Your Honor, I am requesting a signature bond, or in the alternative, a bond of no more than $1,000 surety. Thank you.
You're opposed from her staying away from an abandoned house?
Well, Your Honor, my concern is that because her mother lives 2 doors down, because of the proximity.
Where does Ms. Wood live?
Your Honor, in the warrant, I believe it says that that is her residence. And at this time, that's all we have to go off of.
It's a abandoned residence.
So I'm just gonna say that she needs to stay away from Kelly Wood and Ms. Wood's residence. Okay? Anybody opposed to that?
I'm not opposed to that, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So it's gonna be a $2,000 good bond, which is what the bond is at the present time. No further contact with Kelly Wood. Stay away from Kelly Wood's address, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Burks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Position number 10, Mr. Andre Washington.
Good afternoon, Mr. Washington. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, and good afternoon to you as well.
Good afternoon. Thank you, sir. Mr. Washington, you've been charged in case 22 CR 000340C with battery. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
21 total between Georgia and California. Last arrest was 2014. Hold on for a minute. I just put the last arrest in the chat for you. It was 2 counts of that. 1 count simple battery family violence. It just says bound over in the Odyssey system. So I'm assuming it's still open. Before that was an 08 FTA out of Cobb County. That's by conversion. And before that was his last arrest in California, which was back in 2001. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Good afternoon, Ms. Duncan.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This incident took place on March 7th, 2019 at the location of 3871 Red Wine Road, Southwest. The victim in this case is Corrine Patterson. That's Korynn Patterson, Patterson. The relationship status of the parties is currently unknown by the state. However, the state is requesting that the bond remain as set at $3,500 surety due to the violent nature of the offense. In this incident, the defendant struck the victim in the face, causing red marks to appear. The state is requesting that there be a stay away from the incident location or wherever the victim is. No further contact with the victim. We don't know if they have any children, but if there are any, a third-party contact for those children. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and or one-day anger awareness. The state is basing this off of the defendant's criminal history as pretrial stated and put in the chat, as well as the extensive history of violent and criminal offenses out of California as well. We are concerned about the risk of reoffending due to the history of this defendant committing battery of some form against a female in the past. So therefore, we have a concern about this defendant's health and safety. And it's for those reasons that we're requesting the bond as stated with conditions.
Ms. Gann?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Andre Washington is 53 years old. He was born in California, but he has been in the Atlanta area since 2007. He has significant community ties here. He has a wife. He's been married for 16 years. He also is the proud father of 2 children, ages 27 and 15. He also has 2 grandkids, ages 10 and 2, all of which are present in the state of Georgia. He completed the 12th grade and went on to complete 2 years of college studying business administration. And he also has a bachelor's in psychology. He is gainfully employed at Bald Head Custom Motorcycles. In fact, that is his own business. So therefore he is self-employed. Your Honor, Mr. Patterson denies the allegations. This incident occurred back in March 7, 2019. He states that he was unaware of the warrant. He has not had any contact with Ms. Corrynn Patterson since 2017. Therefore, we are unopposed to any stay away and no contact orders. Mr. Washington advises me that this is a false allegation. He states that this is someone that he had some sort of relationship with in the past. However, when he informed her that they could no longer continue being friendly, then she trumped up this false charge against him. Furthermore, from my research, I have a case in Odyssey that was dismissed regarding, I believe it's the 2014 case. I have that case was dismissed, and I did not hear about any recent battery convictions. And if that case is open, if my research proves to be something other than what the state has reported, I still maintain that case being open, my client is presumed innocent, Your Honor, and he strongly denies these allegations. Therefore, I am requesting a signature bond for Mr. Washington. And if Your Honor is not inclined to do so, then a bond of no more than $1,800. Thank you.
Your Honor, the state would just like to add that in the warrant, it indicates that the officers on scene visually confirmed that there was physical bruising to Ms. Corain at the time of the incident. So we wanted to make sure that the court is aware of the violent nature of this offense at that time. And as stated, we stand by the criminal record as listed by pretrial and supported by the state in the case of this defendant and the violent nature. So we request that the bond remain as set.
Okay. I saw you there, Mr. Washington, with your hand up. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. I advise that you let Ms. Gant speak for you. If there's something that you need to talk with her about, I'm happy to give you that opportunity. Ms. Gant?
Mr. Washington, I do advise you to remain silent at this time. The judge is about to rule on your behalf. Rule in your case. Remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you, sir.
All right. So it's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial per the judge. No further contact with Ms. Patterson. Stay away from Ms. Patterson's residence, wherever that is. And no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Washington.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sign stuff out. I'll tell you. All right, next case position 3.
Is it pronounced Constante?
Constante.
Constante, good afternoon, Mr. Constante. I'm Judge Eric Moyer. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You've been charged in case 22 CR 000337J with harassing communications. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Oh, first arrest.
Ms. Mitchell?
Your Honor, I do apologize for interrupting. Given the nature of the allegations, may I request a breakout, Your Honor? With counsel?
It's fine with me. Ms. Mitchell, Mr. Walker, Ms. Gant, and myself. Mr. Jordan, can you put us in the breakout room?
I'm down here to see you. Look at that. Who I'm waiting to see? Well, this is lady talks to the phone.
All right, we have had a discussion on, make sure everyone's back. We've had a discussion on the charges. The bond is going to be a $5,000 signature bond for the pretrial, one-day anger awareness class, no further contact with Victoria O'Neill, stay away from Miss O'Neill's residence at 5615 Kingsport Road, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. I just want you to understand, Ms. Kasani, that when I say no contact, I mean absolutely no contact, no social media contact, no phone contact, no personal contact, no contact whatsoever. If you have any contact with Ms. O'Neill, then you'll be in violation of this bond and you'll be right back here where you are now. You understand me?
Yes, I understand.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Position 1.
I see. Oh, it's not?
That's me. Distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ashley. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Ashley, you've been charged in case 22 CR 000335C with battery family violence. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
11 total. Last arrest was October 2020 for DUI. I think that's still open out of Cobb County. He don't have any violence in his history. None that I saw between Georgia, Florida, and Mississippi. Before the 2020 was 2011 in Georgia, possession of a Schedule 4 controlled substance, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission. Those were dismissed.
All right, thank you.
2006. I was
Go ahead.
going to the other state, yeah. In Mississippi, 2006, malicious mischief, public drunk, failed to comply with requests of officers. Those were arrests. See the disposition for it. As far as Florida, I got a 04 marijuana possession, drug-related objects. Another marijuana possession, accessory after the fact. That's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mitchell?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's bond recommendation in this case is going to be a $3,000 surety bond. No further contact with the victim, Janae, spelled ZHAN''E, last name Link, spelled LINK. Third-party contact with the children, a stay away from address 878 Westmoreland Circle Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia. One-day anger awareness course, ADE, and no alcohol, drugs, and weapons. Your Honor, on December 25th of 2021, Ms. Link called 911 to report that she was battered by a defendant, her boyfriend she lives with at the time. Ms. Link stated that defendant came home drunk on Christmas morning and came into the bedroom where she was with the kids. They got into a verbal argument when Ms. Link reached down to get her daughter, who was sleeping on the floor. The defendant told her not to touch her, and that's when he grabbed her by her arms, pinned her to the ground, causing bruising to Ms. Link's left arm. Your Honor, the state is concerned with defendant's risk of reoffending. We believe he potentially has an alcohol problem. He is a multi-state offender with 3 convictions in Florida, all of which are drug-related charges. He was also arrested for public drunkenness and disorderly conduct in 2006 in Mississippi. Possession of Schedule 4 controlled substance in 2011 is pretrial stated, and the open DUI case from 2020 in Gwinnett. So that's going to be the basis of our recommendation, Your Honor.
Has your office spoken with Ms. Link?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you or your office spoken with Ms. Link?
Yes, Your Honor. So our victim advocate stated that Ms. Link, she confirmed Ms. Link and defendant do share 2 children together. They're no longer in a relationship at this time and no longer live together, Your Honor. And they don't have much contact as is.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Gant?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. James Ashley is 37 years old. He was born in Mississippi, but has been in the Atlanta for the past 6 years. He has family here, including aunts, uncles, and cousins. Mr. Ashley informed me that he does reside at that 878 Westmoreland address with Ms. Janae Link. He also informed me that they are expecting a child together, that the baby is due in June 2022, and that they also have another child. They also share another child together, a 4-year-old daughter. In addition, Mr. Ashley has a stepson who's age 7. Mr. Ashley completed high school. He also has 2 years of college in the area of business administration. He also completed 2 years of barber college. He owns Ashley Unlimited, which is a party bus, and that company has been in business for the past 2 years. Your Honor, I had the occasion to speak to Ms. Janae Link, and she states that she would like to continue having contact with Mr. James. Therefore, I am requesting a signature bond on his behalf. And if Your Honor determines that he is ineligible, then a bond of no more than $300. I also bring to the court's attention that he denies the allegations regarding his history. He does have that open case, which is a traffic and driving offense, and it's totally unrelated to violence. And furthermore, he's presumed innocent in that matter, and that we did not hear about any thing to indicate a need for a drug and alcohol evaluation. Therefore, I am opposed to that. That public drunkenness incident was in 2006. That is too remote for this court to consider. Furthermore, I am opposed to the third-party transfer order with hopes that Your Honor would order a no violent contact on Mr. Ashley's behalf. And it's for these reasons, again, I'm requesting the signature bond or a bond of no more than $300. Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I may reiterate, our victim advocate spoke with Ms. Link today, and she did not mention any. She made no mention of a pregnancy. She made it very clear that they just share the 2 children, and that her and defendant are, again, no longer in a relationship and not living together, and that they currently have hardly any contact. She even went as far to say that she didn't want to be on Zoom today. So just wanted to let you know, Your Honor.
So it's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Ms. Link. Stay away from the 878 Westmoreland Circle address. He can go back to that address one time, accompanied by law enforcement, to retrieve any belongings that he may have there. As far as contact with the children, I'm not going to keep him away from his children, but he has to have third-party contact with for visitation with the children. No drugs, no alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Okay, so Mr. Ashley, let me make it clear to you that when I say no drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond, if it comes to the court's attention that you are drinking alcohol in some way, then you're going to be in violation of this bond, and the bond is going to be revoked. You understand what I'm saying? I take that to be, he went mute. Courtroom 2, you're on mute. Okay, you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mitchell, what did you have?
Oh, no, I didn't know if I didn't hear you. You said it was a signature bond through the jail?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your
Good
Honor.
luck to you, sir.
Thanks.
Next case,
Yes, Your Honor.
petition 5.
This is Mr. Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Garcia. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia, you've been charged in case 22 CR 000334G with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
No.
Mr. Long?
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident stems from January 23rd of this year, occurring at 4021 Lakemont Drive, and it was an apartment 14N, and that's in Atlanta. In this case, the victim, Tamaya Stevenson, that's spelled T-A''MYA, Stevenson, STEVENSON, called the police. She stated that her boyfriend, the defendant with whom she had been living with since November of 2021, had pulled her hair. The law enforcement officer observed Miss Stevenson's hair to be disheveled. And this incident occurred following a verbal dispute regarding defendant's shoe boxes being downstairs on the floor earlier that day. There was apparently a cooling off period or a potential cooling off period between the argument and the actual act of violence. The defendant ended up not letting go of Miss Stevenson's hair until she had grabbed his hair. And the defendant admitted to the police to pulling Miss Stevenson's hair when they were talking to him. We did have contact with Miss Stevenson through our victim witness advocate. She indicated that they are in a relationship and they do live together. She did not want the defendant to be arrested, but just wanted him to leave the house to cool off. She wants no violent contact, and she did indicate she would be present on Zoom. The state, however, is concerned about the potential for the risk of further violence, as it appears based on the facts that there was a potential cooling off period between the argument and the acts of violence. However, the violence still occurred. And based on that, the state's recommendation is going to be a $1,500 surety, no further violent contact with Tamaya Stevenson, 1 day anger awareness, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Ms. Gant?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Stephen Garcia is 24 years old. He has been in the Atlanta area since 2015. He has sister here, including sisters, nieces, cousins, and a grandfather. Your Honor, Mr. Garcia completed high school. He also has 1 year barber school. He is currently employed at UPS. He's been in that position for 2 months. Prior to that, he worked at McDonald's for about 6 months. And prior to McDonald's, he was unemployed since 2020. Therefore, he has expressed to me that he does not have the ability to pay a high bond. Mr. Garcia disputes the allegations. He denies being the primary aggressor. And given that he has no prior criminal history, I am requesting a signature bond, Your Honor. And of course, we are not opposed to the no violent contact order. And again, I spoke to Ms. Stevenson as well, and she stated that she basically confirmed the state's position that she wants no violent contact. I mean, would like to have contact. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gant. Ms. Stevenson, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to unmute yourself and I'll need to swear you in.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, I can.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I just wanted to let the court know that it was a common, well, I could say miscommunication wise. We both been through a lot. He, like I said before, he has no prior history of being arrested before, so that wasn't my intentions on getting him arrested. I just felt the best way was to have an officer there so he can cool down and maybe go in his car and go, away for a bit or whatever and come back home when his mind is right, because he's not violent at all. He hasn't ever put his hands on me before, so that was just something new. I was very upset at him, so I know for a fact I played a role into what happened, but I just don't feel like he should be more accountable for this situation because we both played a part in it, and he's not a violent person at all.
You're not afraid of him?
No, sir. He helps me raise my niece.
Okay. You live together?
Yes, sir, with my niece, my 2-year-old niece.
Okay, all right. Anything further, ma'am?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Anything further?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, Ms. Stevens.
Thank you.
It's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial, a 1 day anger awareness class, no further violent contact with Ms. Stevenson, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on All right, Mr. Garcia, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, next case 7.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hester. I'm Judge Eric Marr. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we are conducting by video to prevent the spread of the virus. You agree to have your case heard by video?
Oh, I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You've been charged in case 22 CR 000339C with battery family violence. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
6 total. Last arrest was 2012 in Tuscaloosa. Failed to appear for public intoxication. 2011 public intoxication, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, domestic violence, 3rd-degree harassment. I don't have a disposition for that. 2010 carrying concealed weapon without a license. That was a conviction. 2010 public order crime, public intoxication arrest. And his only other Georgia arrest was 07, carrying a concealed weapon. That's it.
Mr. Long?
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident stems from December 24th of 2019, and it occurred at 2786 Old Hapeville Road, which is at the Springview Apartments, number D13 in Atlanta. The state's recommendation in this case, currently it's set at no bond, but we're recommending a $2,000 surety. No further contact with victim Ruthnie LaRose. That's RUTHNIE, and LaRose is LA capital ROSE. Stay away from 2786 Old Hapeville Road, the Springview Apartments. 1-day anger awareness, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. In this case, victim Miss LaRose reported that her boyfriend defendant was angry because she took his liquor away from him, and she believed that he had a drinking problem. And also because she brought up a prior incident that was unreported to police. The defendant then in response rushed at her, punched her in the mouth, causing a visible busted lip. She attempted to defend herself. The defendant picked her up and slammed her on the ground and then fled from the scene prior to law enforcement arrival. The defendant had been staying with her for about a month prior to this assault, according to Ms. LaRose. The reason for the state's recommendation is we're concerned about the potential for risk of reoffending based on Ms. LaRose indicating that there was a previous unreported incident of a domestic issue between the two of them, and evidence from Ms. LaRose that the defendant may have a drinking problem, coupled with the history that pretrial has recounted about the various intoxication type charges. We're also concerned he may not appear for court based on the failure to appear in 2012 from Alabama. Thank you.
Scant.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Andres Hester is 35 years old. He was born in Alabama. However, he has been in the Atlanta area since August of 2021. He has family here, including cousins, an aunt, and also a great cousin. A great grandmother, not a great cousin, a great grandmother. He relocated here to take care of his elderly grandmother. And as a consequence of relocating here, take care of his grandmother, he definitely has plans to remain in Atlanta long-term. He is gainfully employed and has been so since September of 2021. In this position, he works as a mover for a moving company, and he also performs some work as a pressure washer. However, prior to acquiring this position, he had been unemployed since 2020. So therefore, we have concerns about his ability to pay a high bond. Regarding the state's orders, we are unopposed to a stay away. We are unopposed to a no contact order. Mr. Andres Hester denies the allegations. He states that he was unaware of this warrant. He has not had any contact with her. This incident occurred in December of 2019. There have been no further allegations of violence or contact since then. Therefore, we believe that the state's concerns about his risk of reoffending is not really based on anything solid. Furthermore, the FTA is 10 years old. He is committed to defending against these allegations. And although he has histories of FTAs, he understands the process, the importance of complying with legal process. And furthermore, Your Honor, there are no convictions that I recall hearing for domestic violence that were within the past few years. There is that domestic violence incident in 2007 with an unknown disposition. Therefore, Your Honor, I would ask that you not consider that. And for these reasons, I am requesting a signature bond. And if Your Honor is not so inclined, then a bond of no more than $400. Thank you.
Okay. It's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial per the judge, 1-day anger awareness class, no further contact with Mr. Rose, stay away from the old Hateville road address, no drugs, no alcohol or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Hester.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, position 9.
Good afternoon, Mr. Johanfo. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Sean.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. You've been charged in case 22 CR 0000341Y with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
It is. Hold on. No, this is number 8, right?
Yes.
Number 9, Smith.
Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was number 8.
Okay.
Let me start all over. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. You've been charged in case 22 CR 0000338Y with battery family violence. Is there a history on Mr. Smith?
It's his third arrest. Last arrest was 2005, domestic violence in Alabama. No, hold on. That's wrong. Last arrest was 2012 in Alabama. Disorderly conduct, family, domestic violence, public order crimes, resisting arrest. The resisting was a conviction. The harassment, deviant, disorderly conduct was dismissed. Before that was a 05 domestic violence arrest in Alabama. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all.
Ms. Duncan?
Yes, Your Honor, this incident took place on August 19th, 2021 at 5306 Hayward Place, Southwest. Hayward is Heyward, Atlanta, Georgia, 30349 at around 2 a.m. The victim in this case is Amber Smith, the defendant's wife. This defendant is currently being held without a bond. In this incident, the defendant warrant indicates that the defendant punched and choked the victim, Miss Amber Smith, and she sustained lacerations to her fingers during this altercation. Our office had spoke to the victim in this case, and she confirmed to our victim witness advocate that they are married. She said that she does not fear the defendant and that they have not had any incidents of violence since this altercation. The victim denies that the defendant choked or punched her, and she stated to our victim advocate that she would be on Zoom today. Even though we spoke with the victim and we respect her wishes, however, the state is concerned for the health and safety of this victim due to the cycles of violence and the defendant's risk of reoffense due to the fact that he has a history that includes domestic violence. Even if it's not the same victim, the state believes he's showing a pattern of violent behavior towards those he lives with. And for these reasons and the health and safety of this victim, we're requesting a bond amount of $3,000 surety, a stay away from the incident location, no further contact with the victim in this case. If there are any children, third-party contact, no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and a 1-day anger awareness.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gant.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Randall Smith is 41 years old. He was born in New York, but has been in the Atlanta area since 2020. He has his wife here, Mrs. Amber Smith. He also shares 2 children with Ms. Smith, a 14-year-old son and a 25-year-old daughter. He also has 2 grandchildren, 2 grandsons, ages 2 and 3 in the Georgia area. He has completed high school, and he also completed a trade. He works as a dispatcher. He has been in that position for 6 months. Prior to that, let me back up. He is employed as a dispatcher. He has been in that position for the past 6 months. He also currently works at Allstate as a dispatcher, roadside assistance. He has been in that position since 2017. Your Honor, I am requesting a signature bond on Mr. Randall Smith's behalf. I had the occasion to speak, no, I'm sorry, I reached out to Ms. Smith, but was unable to reach out to her. At this time, we are pending hearing otherwise from Ms. Smith. We are opposed to the stay away at 5306 Hayward Place. That is a residence that he shares with his wife and children. We are opposed to the stay away order and would ask that your honor order a no violent contact order. Again, this incident occurred in August of 2021. Mr. Smith denies the allegations. He states that he was unaware of the warrant and he ultimately turned himself in once he learned of it. We heard about his history. However, Your Honor, I submit to you that the case in March 2005, he advised me that that was dismissed and we did not hear about a disposition from pretrial. And furthermore, the 2012 disorderly conduct case is rather remote. So therefore, Your Honor, I am asking for a signature bond on Mr. Smith's behalf. And if Your Honor is not so inclined, then a bond of no more than $200. Thank you.
Thank you. If Ms. Amber Smith is on the Zoom call and would like to speak to the court, there you go. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
We just got into a spat that got out of hand. It was both of us. And as you can see, there's been no contact since then, no kind of violence. We don't get into things like that. And I oppose of him the residence thing because we live here together. He works, pays the bills. So I need him here. So.
Okay, you're not afraid of him?
Not at all.
And this hasn't happened before?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anything further?
No.
All right. It's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial, a one-day anger awareness class, no further violent contact with Amber Smith, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
You also, Ms. Smith.
All right, position 6.
Did we have an announcement on Mr. Hardaway, Ms. Gant?
Yes, Your Honor. I received an update from Ms. Amen Williams, and she stated that he will not be able to get housing at PAD today. It takes several days. So therefore, I would ask that Your Honor reset the case.
Okay. You want me to reset the case for next Monday, or when would you like the case reset for?
Let's go for Friday, Your Honor. She stated several days. However, I was unable to speak with her directly and pin her down. So let's say Friday, and I will in turn reach out to her and update the court accordingly.
So that's the 28th, I believe.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, he already has a bond, so we'll have him back on the 28th to see if we can get him into PAD. Client has his hand up, Ms. Gant.
Mr. Hardaway.
Yes, my lady, please explain.
We have spoken. Recall that we've spoken, so we are taking care of everything that you desired. Okay.
So I'm to understand that the PAD program has led me back into the program. Is that the understanding I got?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, yes, Mr. Hardaway.
Okay, well, you call me, Your Honor. I ain't know I was that good, Mr. Monroe. Thank you, Judge. I might get a job. You gonna give me a job?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hardaway. Thank you, Ms. Hardaway.
I'll see you soon, Ms. Mary. Thank you, Ms. Gant.
You're welcome, sir.
The other thing, though, you know,
We can go to the South Annex, Your Honor.
Okay, and are we done in courtroom 2?
Yes,
All right, y'all have a good afternoon.
you too.
And let's see, it's the South Annex. I see that they're on. Are you all ready to go?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon. How are you, Officer Milton?
Good, good, sir. I have before you, Miss, tell me your name.
Stacy Jahanfar.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hanfer. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Hanfer, you've been charged in case 22 CR 0003411Y with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
I got first.
Okay. Ms. Duncan?
Yes, Your Honor, this incident occurred on January 18th, 2021 at 6000 Medlock Bridge Road in Johns Creek, Georgia, 30022, which is the Shoe Gallery at around 3 p.m. This defendant took 2 gold bracelets valued at $156 from the Shoe Gallery without paying. Given that this is this defendant's first offense, the state is requesting a bond amount of 3,000 signatures through pretrial. Let's stay away from the 6000 Medlock Bridge Road, Johns Creek, Georgia address, the Shoe Gallery. And this defendant the state is amenable to this defendant being considered for diversion. The forms have been sent to Ms. Gant. However, the state wants to make clear that she has not been accepted to diversion at this time. We're just open to her being considered. And we're also requesting that there be no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while the defendant is out on bond.
Scant.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Miss Stacy Jahanfer is 58 years old. She has been in the Atlanta area practically most of her life since 1987. She has family here, including her sister and her children. She is the proud mother of a 23-year-old son. She also has a 19-year-old daughter who is in college in Florida. She is gainfully employed at Congregation Door Tomed. She is an executive director. She has been in that position for the past 3 years and with the company for a total of 4 years. She is anxious to get back to work. I have had the occasion to speak with her regarding the pretrial diversion program. She is agreeable at this time. However, we came to that understanding moments prior to court. So I am happy to, with the court's indulgence, to complete that form now if it's required. We are unopposed to the signature bond and the stay away, Your Honor, and we also are unopposed to the no drugs and alcohol weapons condition.
So it's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away from the Shoe Gallery. No drugs and alcohol weapons while out on bond. And you can, if she has accepted diversion, Ms. Gant, you can get regarding that.
Your Honor, there is some background noise. May you repeat your last statement?
Regarding the diversion. South Annex, can you mute for me for a second?
Your Honor, if you don't mind, could you restate the entirety of the conditions? I couldn't hear you either.
Okay, South Annex, thank you. $2,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away from the Shoe Gallery, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Again, if she is going to accept diversion, you can complete that paperwork and work with the solicitor's office regarding the diversion program, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. All right, is that, I think that's it with the South Annex, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, and that was through the jail, right?
Yes, it was.
All right, thank you so much, Your Honor. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
Okay.
My sister was on it.
Your Honor, are we ready?
Okay, so now I've got Ms. Bridgewater in court with me today, and she's ready to go through the calendar if you all are.
Okay, good afternoon. Again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is February the 8th. Position number 1 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through the jail. Position 2 is reset to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. Position 3, reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 4 is being reset till tomorrow. Position 5 is a reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 6 is being reset till Friday. Position 7, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial per judge. Position 8, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through the jail. Position 9, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. And position 10, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial per judge. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Okay, if not, you all have a good rest of the day, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Yes.